You know, when we had the chairman of ASU, he said something about within that month of March that the school authority came that they were shutting down the school for the elections. But you say they went out protesting.
Yeah.
So it was the school authorities that shut down the school for the elections?
The school authorities did not shut down the university. The school authority was directed
to shut down for the election.
Thank you very much. Because there were certain things happening.
And the school authority announced it to the university community.
Exactly.
Okay, so is the school authority, has the schools been reopened now?
It has been reopened partially on Monday. The academic context of the university being reopened is ongoing. The students are having their lectures. But the principal actors, the principal officers of the university have not been able to access their respective offices. However, just like I said, based on our Wednesday's meeting, I believe that by Monday, normalcy will return.
What did the meeting say concerning, sorry, Nyata, what did the meeting, okay, go ahead.
Look, sorry. I was going to ask you about the meeting, because last week, the union leaders were here, they said this is something that has been going on. The agreement you had, you've consistently said we had agreements that we reached at the meeting. Let's hear these agreements so that there will not be a recurrence.
The reason why I cannot give anything with regards to the agreement is simply this. A communique is supposed to be issued at the end of the day. As we speak, as of last night, I forwarded the draft copy of the communique to the leadership of all the 4 unions because a particular union was not represented here. That was NAT, non-academic technologist. Non-academic, so we are talking about 4 unions. And I've made the draft copy of the communique available to all of them. And what are they supposed to do? They are to peruse. Then they should, if there are certain things that are still not clear, they are to harmonize their position with what has been presented. And we will all sit down after the harmonization and we agree, and everybody will sign. Once it is signed, be rest assured that if you want a copy, we'll make it available to you.
Did your meeting also look into the PhD matter?
Yes. And that as soon as the school reopens and Senate is able to sit, that should be one of the issues that must be quickly resolved so that we can put the ghost of the PhD thing behind us.
Because it would seem as if your school was slow in reacting to that particular one. I go back to Mark by asking if you think that if you took your time to look at this particular matter, people would not read it as victimization of this union leader. Because until they appeared here on Wednesday, it would seem as if it was victimization because nobody said anything concerning that particular one, which was no fault of the candidate.
Basically, we know about labor unions. I've been the chairman of SANU before, 1998 to 2001. Years even before those who appeared before you were employed. But be that as it may, when labor comes to the table asking for certain things, you come with all sorts of things, even the ones that are legitimate and the ones that you know that management deserves the right to either say yes or no to. That notwithstanding, when this issue came up, that was in November last year. The affected students or graduates were requested to return the certificates earlier issued to them. Of the 19, it was only Comrade Idris who refused to return it. And rather than allowing us to resolve things internally, the next thing was to go to a lawyer, Falano. And the next thing the university saw was a letter from Falano. So he quickly externalized, believing that it was actually pointed at him, that the university was set to get him. And I said, no, you don't do things that way. More so, the Senate of the university, after awarding a degree, also deserves the right, if it discovers that certain things are not right about the degree awarded, to reverse itself. Yes, it has reversed itself, but it does not end there. It reversed itself with a view to investigating how a program that was never approved by it became part of the degree awarded to someone. Senate knew that it was even wrong to have approved that result because the information provided by the officers of the university were inadequate. And it takes people with candor to see a mistake that you know that it's illegal and people can build on it in future. It becomes a precedent. To now say, well, let us reverse this mistake. And ultimately, as I sit down, I'm telling you, the recommendations of the committee that will be considered by Senate are favorably disposed towards the two candidates.
I'm just wondering though, some people say that the strike sometimes always gets a little more fierce when the term of the VC is about to elapse. Do you think that the VC could be coming back for another term?
That is within the VC's purview. He's human.
Is it really? Because the labor unions are saying that no, that's not the case, that there is an agreement, and even the NUC now stipulates that vice chancellors can only do one tenure.
Thank you very much. The federal government negotiated with the various unions and the universities, and it dovetailed to an agreement which led to a University Miscellaneous Provision Act of 2012, where it is expressly stated two things. Basically, it talked about the tenure of vice chancellors. It also talked about the new retirement age. But again, if you look at the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, education runs on the concurrent list. Yes, Lagos State University is a public university.
And you're regulated by the Nigerian University
Thank you very much. Regulated.